with hometown hero Torshi in the MOUZ roster and a lot at stake. The team that wins this, you'll be getting a catch again in the playoffs of the Major here in Budapest. And I've heard that this place gets loud. They've got a tough opponent in Spirit, so Budapest makes some noise!
Так, по расчету сегодня 2 эйсика расчехлить, мне кажется.
Donk looking for aces today, looking to break records while he does it. Only 4 majors deep for this young player, chasing #1 in the world. Team Spirit on the T side of Mirage explode out the Palace.
Exertion gonna open, but those dual Berettas fall into Donk's hands now to open up this pistol round.
Dangerous. 4 more.
Playing with fire. Sometimes you'll get burned. He's getting aggressive in the post plant. Donk out towards the spawn. A second for Donk on the dualies, and everyone's quaking with terror now. The fear sets in. You've seen what this guy is capable of, and Donk, hungry, will get shut down. Claw back into this with 2 from Torshi.
Got the plant.
And bomb's not for Team Spirit. Tap on it, baits the swing. Now they know where both players are. MOUZ looking to start strong in this game to send themselves into the playoffs. It's only Shiro, defuse held. MOUZ come through with the pistol. And it's Torshi doing some heavy lifting to get it over the line.
Yeah, taking down Donk is no easy feat when he's on a heater like that, but pulls back. Couple kills deep, and MOUZ able to jump right on that bomb. Torshi finding Donk. And finding a pistol on a map that's done MOUZ relatively well in this series. It's a series they haven't picked up 3 in a row ever since that last major. But Mirage, often entertaining, often in overtime, as we remember in Austin and in Cologne. Spirit changed their tune today. It's a team that still, despite Donk, is being maybe underrated coming into the major.
Oh no.
Donk denies any expectation. Takes a 5v4 to exertion.
Torshi's come in confident. He's gone for the second round or purchase, but that leaves him without head armor, and now he sees that they force port. These Galils pose a real threat.
Look at the gamble as well that's being called by MOUZ. If this leaves them in the wrong place, what do? Do they save on second round with an AWP? They might have to.
Asking a hell of a lot of Brolin here, but that's not a bad way to start. It at least leaves the door open to entertain a retake. Torshi gonna try and get himself set up back in the spawn. Moving in with this AWP. Torshi closing the distance, but a man up close to near will shut down that AWP straight away. And even though Jimmy claws one back, there's still a lot left to do in this round.
Nice swing.
Brolin can't play into this, surely, low on health in a 1v2. You feel reluctant to give this away, especially because you know Spirit are going to get that AWP out of your hands. But there's no room left to run for Brolin. Spirit come through with a force buy and instantly battle back against MOUZ.
Yeah, Donk finding that perfectly timed 5v4 exertion, leaves his back door open for a second before that smoke blooms. And Team Spirit explode on the bomb site. They get upgrades as well. Devastating to give that AWP away so early in the game. Shiro won't upgrade to in a strange spot with a scout and an AWP, but they'll make it work. We know Donk can wield this weapon as well. We saw an ace from him yesterday on Dust 2 against FaZe. This is such a tense matchup because we know how high MOUZ's ceiling is. But Donk is always to be feared. And he came in looking as good as ever, if not better, yesterday to the first day of the major for him. MOUZ showed resilience though. Game v Jame on Overpass, and with match points against them. They still won it out in overtime. Torshi had a comeback in that game as an individual as well. And they went on to dominantly set themselves 2-0. We know how good MOUZ are in these Swiss stages, in these BO3s.
Oh, that's lightning fast from Shiro with the lightning strike to open things up, and a second kill bestowed upon him. That tag team is threatening over towards mid. Only Spinks, and that flash leaves him wrecked. Easy prey for Tanir. Forspy won't find success when MOUZ bring out one of their own. And so Spirit will get off to a strong start on Mirage, flipping the script. You win that pistol, but you get none of the reward if you're MOUZ.
Tanir at the front of the pack in some of these rounds, which is nice as well. Spirit talking of making these newer additions feel more comfortable inside of the team. And we know when Tanir's off the leash how aggressive he can be. Now even mentions Zway's strong performances against this MOUZ team. Despite having some poor games in the Spirit jersey, in the 2 of 3 they've played, he showed up in a big way. Even carried the last, or statistically, like a blast. The Spirit have a lot going for them in this series. Plus, that's not even including just the head-to-head. 3-0 this season.
I love this from Chopper. A wall of smokes. Acts like a stream for him to swim on through. He gets all this control out towards jungle.
Naughty.
Feels needlessly suave considering what they're up against, but it leaves this MAC-10 in a strong position to just go and farm. He's able to put a lot of pressure on with util, with shots down range. And so 5 alive round for Spirit, locked and loaded, ready to go.
There's not even room for 4 people in the bomb site once Chopper gets that space. Molly under Balk, perfect nades. MOUZ have to evacuate. So 3-1 here for Spirit, but MOUZ's gun round coming through now. Delayed gratification after losing to that second round force. Shiro still wielding Torshi's AWP against him.
Brolin likes to make these aggressive plays out here towards ramp. Well, he's got Exertion backing him up. Into Zway they'll go, playing on the fade of this smoke. Zway gets first shot off, can't deal with the second man. Exertion keeps it even. Spirit still low and slow. Don't quite feel the burn yet at the 4-on-4.
Very vocal in this mid-round as well, talking a lot on the cameras. All the band of middle smokes come in, Spirit make their mind up. Torshi looks to meet them there. Chopper coming in from under, perhaps looking for another connector lurk. And despite fighting on ramp initially, MOUZ have also cleared Palace, so they should have a lot of freedom to rotate Spinks out, realizing perhaps that this is going to be a B hit. Big flank. MOUZ looking good.
In the right place and ready for what's coming their way. Donk dead first is no small feat, and now Torshi tucked in back of the site will get shut down at first glance from Shiro. Huge. Claw their way back into a 3v2. Bomb planted, and MOUZ so far removed, so out of the picture, they can't justify going for this. So strength to strength play from Spirit to open things up.
Just a clean hit there, and even though Donk goes in first and dies immediately, they find the crucial trades. Chopper uses that underlurk to stop the cat rotation. There's no one coming up from short. Spirit get an open bomb plant. Everything goes swimmingly here for Team Spirit. And that's despite MOUZ having all the information in the round. Would I love to see Spinks make a big gamble in that moment, right? Make the rotation towards B. It felt like MOUZ knew what was going to hit them. They just thought they could hold it. Spirit are not a team where you are expecting their lurkers to be the most impactful. It's about stopping this entry pack. A lot of money right now for Spirit, taking some clean rounds, only losing 3 players in the last 3 rounds combined.
And Shearer's certainly been looking in form at the dawn of this major, right? Him and Donk hitting very, very hard for the side of Team Spirit. So often the tag team that have had to do it all in the past. Here it's nice to get a bit more from the rest of the gang, but Shearer's been no slouch to open up this game. It's the speed and conviction behind these hits with the AWP that's given you some cause for concern. Expect that they have a very hard-hitting AWP and the best rifler in the game, side by side, makes Spirit very, very scary to handle. Be a bit more of a stripped back round here, right? Nothing crazy out of the gate, just a grouping over towards A. Chopper calling Donk back from the other side of the map, and it looks like they've got their sights set on this A play. Right now only 2 players here for MOUZ. Third moving over in the form of Spinks, but you don't have a lot to work with in this round. You're hoping for a multi-kill.
Rotates are good though. AK in the right place.
Zertian and Brolin just probe ramp and move away. Right as Spirit looked to move in, a block with a minute left. Might slow the roll of this hit. Might buy you a few more seconds, but that's assuming Spirit don't just play through. Donk leads the charge.
Hello.
Second kill found for Donk as he starts farming early. Gonna keep the steamroll going. Donk said coming in round 1, he's looking for aces. That's what he wants. That's the goal, and he's on the verge of another. Only Jimmy left.
Find him.
Quaking in his boots. And I mean, now it is just a hunter versus prey. Donk looking for his 3rd ace at the major.
It'd be unbelievable. He's played 2 maps, Harry. You can't put an ace on every single game. Donk hunting, but unfortunately for him, the wrong way. What I also love is how Spirit give him those aces. You know, when Chopper found that last player on that train pistol yesterday, he ran away. He let Donk swoop in for the kill, but he's not going to find it today. May as well take this kill now when you've got it. Jimmy looks for exits, and Chopper had to take it, so no ace for Donk. Disappointed at only 4 frags in that round.
I mean, you know, when you're a player like Donk, you kind of have to keep chasing new ambitions, right?
Sure.
He kind of completed Counter-Strike in the first year of play. Well, 2, I guess. But
yeah, just to go back to this acing as well, it's, you know, Magisk has the record at 9 aces across all his major attendances. Donk has played 4 majors. He's 2 behind. He's at 7 aces.
yeah, he wants to hold every record. That's the type of player he is. He gets to do that.
Achievement hunter.
Bit of a whip for exertion, but he's able to recover. And Donk dead early. You breathe a lot easier when you see his name in the kill feed.
Well, on one side of it, yeah. Dead early, but Torshi gets picked from Palace. Exertion down under is a common theme here for this MOUZ CT side. And so it pays off getting flashed in to find Donk. More control taken here from MOUZ, pushing into B. Jimmy dies. Spinks is the Joker at the back of car. He smokes behind Jimmy as he aggresses further, but this doesn't matter. Spirit don't know. Setting up towards the A site. Zertian and Brolin home.
And they've got a strong crossfire set up. Oh, but an instant clear for Chopper. Leaves it all on Exertion.
Oh.
Chopper hits back hard. Cover in from Zwei as well. Every piece of MOUZ that try to react there get cut down.
Chopper tab out. It looked like he did there for a second. He stopped staring at the ground, but none of it matters. Zwei's got his back. Chopper looking sick in some of these moments already, finding crucial trade kills to keep this game one-sided for Spirit. 6-1 up.
And it's far from the start you were hoping for if you're on MOUZ, right? You wanted to kind of come through with a vengeance, get some wind in your sails early. Instead, you're dodging donk cases, and the scoreline keeps racking up for Team Spirit in what has been a provably hard matchup for this MOUZ squad, right? You said it already, but you're thinking back to the Cologne finals where they get blown out the water 3-0. Even before that, facing in the groups, a victory again for Team Spirit. Played them at Blast Bounty, lost that decisively in 2-0 fashion. It's been a very, very strugglesome head-to-head for this MOUZ team, and if something was going to be different today, it's got to start soon.
I also think it's a bit of a flex for Spirit to go in and pick the map that MOUZ have looked best on v Spirit in those last few games. Nuke would have been the other option. It's one that MOUZ have actually found fairly consistently over Team Spirit, but they've gone for Train today. Tania, his timing here. Just only spots one, but they're calling him below him, and he has no idea. That molly might do him favors, but Brolin's fast enough to the punch. Controlled by Chopper, can't get that kill. Brolin's able to escape. So 5v4, but does Spirit just want to speed up off that call? Yeah,
at this point, right, you give them the space. You know, they dedicated a lot of resources to that push. It's not something you can do with just one player. Tania got info, and so they're just going to concede that ground, give it to MOUZ, and look instead for this B split. Window on this starts to close the more time you leave, but there's the opening. Torshi brushed aside with the donk entry. Left to Exertion, who will offer up resistance. And now he's bought time. The rest of MOUZ appear. Chopper, clean headshot to get rid of Exertion. And Shiro holding for this cross on in. Spinks didn't spam, didn't want to commit to that. Chopper allowed a second chance here at the back of the site. Will eventually get dealt with. All eyes on Shiro. That's a crazy way to start, but leaves it to chance, leaves it to the no-scope. Wanted a highlight reel of his own, an unlikely round for MOUZ. That's where they break through.
Yeah, Exertion just delivering all these kills to donk right now that are definitely making the difference. Finds a clinical headshot, does donk, but back of the site, double kill for Exertion on the MP9. Holds in very tight for as long as he can. Scary when Spinks doesn't take the free kill off the bomb plant, but relieved by Brolin. So MOUZ find their second. And Halley calls his first timeout here for Team Spirit.
And Halley knows how quickly these games can close up, and so you want to just keep pressing every advantage while you can. Spirit are a long way away from getting broken, but they don't want MOUZ to start to find form. Exertion v donk, proving to be a pretty exciting head-to-head between the two of them. Two aggressive players that are more than down to play by their own rules in the start of these rounds. Torshi brings out the AWP again. Had to just try and stomach it on rifles the last few rounds. Thus far, since the guns have come out, Torshi hasn't had a kill. Got two in the pistol, helped MOUZ pick it up, done nothing since.
Days are early, Spirit take their time. And the boost up again. As MOUZ try and go for info.
Nice use of the info flash, right? Even getting that one bullet out of Chopper, now that's why they assemble this boost. Exertion going to be left in a good spot, but Chopper's ready for it.
He's on it today, man. He's not missing a single shot. Chopper.
He's about to overtake donk. And You occasionally get these games out of Chopper where he ends up looking like a rifle star as well, which in this team goes without saying is easier said than done.
Jimmy burned out. Spinks comes through the smoke. That's donk caught with his back turn, but Chopper lurk. He looks to get the backstab as well. That's forcing the rotation.
Oh, and now they're leaving. MOUZ don't necessarily hear this yet with Jimmy playing back within the site, so they start to group. It's all eyes on Brolin here. We've been crediting Chopper for hitting real hard in this game. Well, the captain of MOUZ would have to hold the line, and he can't do it. Missed shot for Torshi, and that signals the end of this one. Chopper cracks open the back door, gives Spirit a way out of there, and they dodge the MOUZ stack entirely.
Dude, unreal impact for Chopper. He even finds that headshot to Brolin through the box, coming out CT. It's Tanir who gets the kill, but Chopper puts him on notice immediately. So just insane impact off of Chopper in this game already. He has caught up with donk.
Yeah, he's got more ADR, less deaths, same kills.
7 of his 9 kills being headshots, so no complaints here from the captain of Team Spirit, an unlikely star showing up in this series.
They're thinking, you know, bad enough we got to deal with donk and Shiro. You're telling me they have a second donk and it's Chopper?
Unk still
Ain't
got
no
it.
way. Spam damage coming through on Torshi. Not even the orb save is guaranteed.
Jimmy saved him.
Just about gets out of there. But even with these saved guns, a lot of hope in this half now. MOUZ just looking for scraps.
Chopper outlurking Spinks is a phenomenon I was not ready to witness, and donk's loving it. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Cyclone, who as a coach, even in games that are going well, likes to be very proactive with the pauses, likes to try and call them out as fast as possible. If you listen closely, you can pick up on who the favorite is in the room.
Well, favorite only in one term right now. Spirit hammering this home.
Oh, look at this aggressive round from donk, charging it in through middle. Keen trade again out of Exertion, who has just been the kryptonite to donk in these rounds. Still, he got his one, keeps a lot of pressure on. Time for Jimmy to fill these boots over at B, and fill him he shall. 2 quick kills, flips the script. Team Spirit left in a 2v4. Shiro out on an island. Chopper still a ways away with a late lurk in through catwalk.
This is ballsy. He's fast enough for it, though.
Oh, Chopper gonna catch Brolin in the back line, and Shiro goes hunting for his next. Not like this. This was 2v4 for Team Spirit. One more man in the sight. Chopper's dealt with Exertion, and now Torchi's living on borrowed time. Molly gives up his position. Pincered on either side. Missed shots all around. 2v4 from Chopper and Shiro. And Spirit on the fast track to a map win.
I love everything about that from Shiro, man. Just the way he plays the wide position on the balcony. He lets him get out. They never see him. They don't know how committed he is. Able to force a player backside burned out. Finds another molly. Does the same to Torshi. Catches info with jump spot. And Chopper is just the star of this game right now. There is no denying it. 11-4. A double kill on the lurk when MOUZ had every reason to win that round. Torshi just can't catch a break. Almost re-peeking. With a missed window smoke, you wonder if it's by design because all of Spirit are looking towards it. Feels on rails right now. This is 8 out of the last 9 rounds. But a man advantage gone the way of MOUZ as Spinks finds donk. Donk's dying first, only sometimes with a kill, and it's not even holding Spirit back.
No, not one bit. If you told me the reason why donk doesn't get an ace in this series is because Chopper's too busy killing everyone, I would have laughed you out of the room. But that's the reality we're in. Chopper says best player in the world. He's not even the best player on Team Spirit. 11-4. Brolin up close over here at ramp. Playing ahead of this util, but they blow the smoke open. Still, Brolin gets out with his one. It's a quick trade back from Shiro. And oh my
not
God,
again.
not Chopper and Shiro once more, clawing back a round that was in jeopardy. Plant for CT, running around right now is Jimmy. Might be able to stop this with a miss shot.
No!
Chopper! He just can't miss.
Can he clutch as well?
Spinks is quaking in his boots. Chopper has been red hot. And the captain is Spirit, going demon mode, finally put down, finally dealt with.
Someone had to do it. It was getting out of control. 13-5, Spinks puts a round down the board for MOUZ right at the end of the half. But doesn't it just feel almost too late? As resilient as MOUZ are, a team that never go down, never give up until that final chance. But Spirit have just had every clutch round, every clean one on top. MOUZ still believing, bringing some hype there after their third of this half. Funding Torshi's orbs time and time again, but he's had 2 kills in the pistol and 1 on a save. Waiting for Torshi to deliver here in this game. Had a slow start for his first match in Budapest, but he did recover by the end, so MOUZ try and hold on. Donk out middle. He got his first 8 kills, 6 rounds in. 6 later, he's got 2 more. It's not been about Donk in this game. Can he find a final blow in the last round of the half? Good nade this time, not dodged. Double dunk. Straight through the net. How about a third?
The barrage down here into the lower tunnels, and it's softened up too.
They're coming for
Chopper
revenge.
still asks for the boost. He wants to go and fight these nade players. He does not like that you've tried to ruin his round, but it won't matter. Spinks here to stop Chopper in his tracks. That's back-to-back rounds. He's been able to accomplish it. Molly forces him forward into a fight with Sway. A fight that neither player really looks like they want. That nade return to sender. Spinks also brought down low.
30 seconds.
Gotta get a move on. Gotta get a move on. Torshi's off, right place, right time. And you would love a big Torshi sequence to try and recover this half. Backs it up as Donk gets his kill out through the connector. But time is really the problem here for Team Spirit. They've got to be clinical as they move in.
3v5. 15 seconds.
Shiro closing in on exertion. Might be able to catch the reposition here. Bomb just getting planted now by Donk. And so they get to the post plant. Shiro with another one of these man advantage rounds, quickly getting away from MOUZ. Shiro plays it forward, knows he's got exertion. Trapped out here in the jungle, and that leaves it all on Torshi. Out into the open, Shiro lights out. An electric from Team Spirit in the 3v5 to send us in to this second half of play. MOUZ here, they might have won the pistol, but past that point, it's rounds few and far between, scraping by with just a couple at the end of that first half. It's smiles all round for Team Spirit as an unlikely candidate works his way up towards top of the board. Shiro might have been lights out as well. Right now, we're all looking at Chopper. A man who throughout his whole career knew to take majors very, very seriously, even thinking back to the Vega Squadron days of old. He is dialed in time for this match that sends you into the playoffs. Outdoing Donk at the end of that first half and very much on the heels of Shiro. And if Spirit finds success in this pistol round, hell, even if they don't, it wasn't a requirement in that first half. This could be a very, very quick Mirage.
We got Donk in the right place as well for this pistol. That's why he gets that info off of the jump spot. And flashes prepare as Spirit set up back in the bomb site. MOUZ come flooding in. It's good utility to displace Spirit, and they find that first pick as well. What can Donk do from the back of the bomb site? Quick USP shot, but they're overwhelming him, and Donk has time to put a back in as Donk chases every single one. 4 kills in the pistol. Donk cannot be stopped. With Chopper by his side, this is a deadly duo that MOUZ are not ready to put away.
That's twice now, so close to another ace for Donk. 2 4Ks in this map. And this one of the utmost importance. They're flooding into the B site. MOUZ get the opener, but it goes no further. Donk on a tear.
Nobody does it like Donk.
MOUZ have no choice this late in the game but to just play the full eco, no bomb plant, nothing to look forward to in this round, just a chance to talk it over, try and plan ahead.
Dude, Spirit just look unstoppable right now in these couple of games we've seen. Cleaning up phase. Clean over liquid, and now their most dominant map yet, if they can finish the job against MOUZ of all squads.
Donk getting pressured, will get overran. Deagle or Spinks provides something here, but okay. Spinks has made this one interesting.
He's in a good position if he doesn't reveal it too soon.
Just resist the urge to play. He's got Tania trying to move in towards CT and lend a helping hand, but he's caught on a jiggle. Gives one over. MOUZ had 1 Deagle in this round to work with. But a plant open, and in comes Tania, ready to deny. Spinks, your job's not done yet. That double kill, not enough to set up MOUZ in this round. Pressure in, out through the connector. Chopper, spam down low. Spinks is making this happen, but time running out. Calls the bluff for Tania, and Tania gives him the fight, but 12 HP the difference. And that one gets away from MOUZ. That would have been a huge opportunity, a chance to recover this game. Now it's down to their rifle round.
Oh, just doubting everything right now, right? Spinks puts that bomb down for 1. Could have stuck it on the other side of the site, but he was scared of jungle as well. Couldn't make up his mind. Might have even got that plant, but Tania was just going to swing him off of the contact either way. No way for Spinks to win that one unless he nails the immediate headshot. So nice try, but not to be, as Spirit just stormed towards the finish line. MOUZ getting mauled.
Counter-terrorists win. Oh! You hit him twice, like that?
Give them your energy, they need it. MOUZ don't win this rifle round, Mirage is going to fall dominantly against them. Flash out in towards middle. Brolin takes the space away. Slow start to the round here for MOUZ. They go looking for this mid control, and it looks like Spirit are more than down to meet them there. Scrapping for the space. Kill back for Exertion onto donk. He's at least been good in that head-to-head in this map. Spinks joins the fray. What is that?
In the air.
RNG. And he brings this one back into a doable spot for Team Spirit. Zwei even begins the rotate as soon as he cheats that kill away. And so MOUZ gonna play right into the stack. Jimmy makes it down. And with Chopper and Zwei waiting back here in the spawn. Zwei swinging on out. Caught by Jimmy. Cover there. MOUZ get this bomb planted. Chopper now plays his hand and unaccounted for, not known about. Jimmy not in a position to trade this either. Didn't want to risk it on that swing. He lets the 2v2 settle, and that's why Spinks catching Tanier in rotation. Now they can both focus in on Chopper. He's been hard to deal with in this game. He's been hitting so darn hard, but caught in the crossfire. No recovering this. It's a lengthy journey for MOUZ, but they couldn't have done it without that first rifle round.
Good show of restraint from Jimmy. It's a great example of when you don't always need to trade and how it can just risk you rounds. Those are the kind of rounds we saw in the FaZe Mongols game earlier, where FaZe were always re-peeking to try and trade, and it's what let those 1v3 clutches come through multiple times. On paper, maybe a good play, but the safest option for MOUZ is to play that bomb. Put Chopper into a very uncomfortable 2v1, keep MOUZ in the match. 11-4, and Spirit broken. But there is no rest in this game for MOUZ. Feels like no buy is too little for Spirit to win. Donk just fighting the urge to swing. 3 eyes on him. Shiro push back this B-split building. Connector also taken. MOUZ with a lot of middle right now.
Yeah, they're looking for this B-split, and Spirit are about to dismantle the stack, so it's actually only Chopper here. They've moved away with everyone. It's a misread from Team Spirit. Backstab for Zwei, that should be info, and maybe gives them a second's pause to reconsider committing to this stack, but at this point they're so dedicated, it's got to be Chopper or it's nothing. One-man army, and Chopper, surely not! Surely there is no way that Chopper can stand tall at the end of this round. Finally dealt with, but it takes a lot of players to flush out just one. Donk hits the scout shot on the follow-up, and it's just Jimmy left, a dead man for sure. They weren't supposed to win that. You play into a site defended only by Spirit's captain.
What are you supposed to do? It is just not MOUZ's day, and it certainly is Chopper's. Phenomenal hold. 4 men on the A-bomb site. Chopper alone puts up 2 kills as MOUZ are unable to trade. This is looking like a limp MOUZ right now, and Team Spirit are capitalizing on it so well. 12-4 up, winning a force buy like that as MOUZ take their first gun round. I said there was no rest. Well, there may be between maps, and Spirit look to get there very quickly to send us into train. MOUZ's pick in this series couldn't come soon enough.
Nice!
All in the meantime, Donk is 20-11, but it almost feels like it's going under the radar.
Yeah, I mean, you know, outside of those few rounds he's put on 4Ks, which I'm kind of minimizing them a little bit here, but other than that, it's been a lot of just kind of 1-kill rounds traded by Exertion. He's been doing his part for sure, but it's not like this has been a game of donk dominance. Everyone's kind of lifted their weight here for Team Spirit. And sure, Zwei and Tanier, 6 and 9 kills, none of that's really mattered with Shiro good in every one of these clutches. Him and Chopper clawing back 2v4s, 2v5s hasn't mattered. And Chopper arriving as the second star rifler alongside donk in this game has just left MOUZ with too much to deal with. And so now they're broken heading into this, what could be final round of play. AK for Torshi, AK for Spinks, pistols on the rest. They explore their little bit of util out into this A site. They will get away with the openings. Spinks has at least looked good to open up this series, and a backstab from Exertion complements it well, but they've given away a number of these advantageous positions. A 4v2 as this one begins. Bomb plant found for MOUZ. The round is still very much alive.
Jimmy spammable by Chopper if he wants to risk it. Tanier gets a blinder from CT. There's no kit right now. Spirit need to move.
You've never been allowed to be comfortable in this position. Kit dropped in the site. So Spirit have a little bit more time to work with. Chopper clears out connector, time running real low. Jimmy spotted under here at Palace, but you've got to get a move on, and with Tanier dead, it's only Chopper left. Spam might connect, but too much time's elapsed. MOUZ get to fight for one more round.
Oh, it's the fact that you're not even feeling comfortable in those 4v2s, in those 5v3s, where MOUZ should have just a free given round off of Spinks' double entry into the bomb site with smokes down, and Spirit can still make it interesting. The one thing that's good for MOUZ here is, you know, it's a team that have faced a number of insane comebacks in this year. It's a team that has showcased some incredible resilience in difficult games. We know the mentality of this team is very strong. And so at no point do they ever look like they've given up. But is that alone enough? Donk given this AK, going to put it to use. Bomb here at ramp as well. Spinks swings in. Donk double on his plate. And the round thrown to the wayside immediately.
Yeah, the one guy that's been able to deal with Donk still out here partying alone in middle. That's Exertion. And so when Donk gets free reign to go and fight from the stairs, it feels like he doesn't want to entertain this map any longer. Will MOUZ have any say in the matter? Donk up close over here at ramp. The attention split between both Palace and the ramp push. Brolin looking like he wants to come through with Exertion dead down here in middle. Donk's double might just be enough. And oh my God, another 4K from Donk. And Team Spirit run away with Mirage. It's not even a contest. Now just a map away from the playoffs. Donk in terrifying form, supporting cast around him. MOUZ have got to go back to the drawing board. They've got to regroup if they want to strike back against a terrifying...
To play devil's advocate, maybe a difference between Liquid and MOUZ and some of the individuals?
Without a doubt. I mean, I feel like MOUZ's T-sides have been just so much better in general because they just know how to layer in terms of putting pressure on in so many spots. But Spirit's T-side looks like they've revamped a lot of stuff, so don't think you're out of the woods just yet, even if with a good T-side MOUZ.
Well, it's time to get this game back underway. One more map could separate Spirit from the playoffs here in Budapest.
With Spirit picking Mirage, it gave MOUZ some runway to try and change the direction in the
This is the
veto.
player we want to, and this is the 5-man show, boys. It's when we're all playing. This is what I want now. We have good preparation, we're ready for it.
Preparation, they're ready for it, according to Cyclone, and it shows in this pistol as they fixate on that B site. This is the problem area for Team Spirit.
Zwei maybe the problem piece dead first. Those dualies to be expected running up ramp and pistol, to be honest, and so MOUZ get through it with ease. Now they get to play out their round. This is two teams with a 100% win rate on this map in the season, but for Spirit, they only played it for the first time yesterday. For MOUZ, it's an 8-win streak.
Yeah, there was a time earlier in the year where a lot of teams were trying to pull a bit of a fast one, picking Train against Spirit in an attempt to exploit it, and it worked maybe early on, but then had a bit of the opposite effect, ended up making Spirit a bit of a threat on Train and removed it as a potential punish pick. Then we didn't see them play it for 6 months till they arrived at the Major. Donk, 2 kills in... Oh my God! And he's come really close to these aces. He'll be close again, but shut down by Spinks. Backstab, but Chopper connects, and what was looking good for MOUZ, another one of these 5-on-3s looks to get away from them, unless Jimmy can clutch up.
So many rounds flipped on its head in this series, but Jimmy is the clutch player of this team. Back turned, shut down by Shiro. The same on the other side as Donk's triple, not in vain. Forget the ace. If you can just continually win these 3-on-5 disadvantages, Donk makes any round winnable. Just unbelievable.
And dude, I mean, that's the thing that's gonna, that's what you're gonna remember if you're MOUZ at the end of this series. It's the amount of winnable positions they found themselves in, right? They lost a number of 5v3s, 4v2s all across these maps, and that's exactly how Train opens up.
And it's only been 3 maps played so far for... Oh, someone pick up. Donk's answered the call. The crazy thing is, his rating has gone up every map. That shouldn't be happening. Who can stop it? Will it be MOUZ? Or will we have to wait to playoffs to find out? Donk in Shanghai form, and maybe more.
I mean, yeah, it's safe to say it's more right now. Sure, only a couple of maps into the major, but this is a guy who's looking to break his own record that he set back in Katowice. Currently averaging a 2.16 rating.
He's not made it easy, has he? You know, he set the record high enough. You're still going to top it? This is a very late B recommit for MOUZ, so Zwei is actually on his own. Donk has pulled back, expecting main control this late in the round. Brolin perhaps to sell the fake as MOUZ wait out this smoke. Zwei could be in trouble. Tanir's early rotate at the right time here, but no aggressive positions here for Spirit. This might still end in a post plant.
As you expect a lot of these rounds to do, right? You wouldn't be hard pressed to choose which bomb site to play into versus this Spirit squad. I think a lot of these rounds are going to end up over here towards B. First sign of util, Spirit starts scrambling, rotates, Zwei gets out with one, but those rotations are cut down. Tanir holds the line, leaves the round open, leaves the pressure on, and buys time for Shiro and Donk to make their way over. The terrifying tag team meant to spearhead this retake arrive, and it's all eyes on Torshi. Jumping up, gets the glow! Torshi, that's more like it! Chance to just soak it in is finally one of these clutches go the way of MOUZ, and not for just anyone, it's Torshi to pick it up.
Finally shows up in this series. We were waiting for Torshi. Budapest was waiting in a difficult 1v2. Torshi puts a force on for MOUZ, so lost pistol matters not, and now they can start streaming on this T side. Fast towards B. Precedent setting here for MOUZ as they put pace in this 3rd round. Spirit have nothing. Just an MP9 and a bunch of pistols. Chopper comes to assist on this B bomb site. Zwei ready to block, but also trying to avoid the flashes. They come down ramp flying. Zwei trades. No more than one. Not to be expected from really anyone in this position as Team Spirit are cut down.
Shiro and Tanir even want to entertain this 2-on-3. Say it's tricky, feels like an understatement. They're pulling up with the Eagles into a lost bomb site. Smoked off at the connector as well for Tanir as he tries to find the gap. Shiro's next contact really does decide just how interested you get, and with no kill found, a reluctant save called from Team Spirit.
MOUZ winning that clutch just changes everything towards this early game here, because not only do you have, you don't let Spirit get off to this 3-0, 4-0 start and have control of the economy and play their game. MOUZ get something to cheer for in this series, which they haven't had all day long. Get to cut the tension from that 5v3 pistol. They fall into Donk as well. So something to celebrate for MOUZ. Let's see if this can propel them forward on the T side. A 3-1 almost feels non-negotiable for MOUZ.
Yeah, especially, with this kind of bulking out your T-half already, right? It's the harder side to play, so anything you can get feels super valuable. For some teams, pistol and the conversions is often all they really have to look forward to outside of a rifle round here and there. Spirit's certainly not above struggles on the T-half either, so the less CT rounds you let them pick up here, the further you keep them from the finish line, the better your odds.
You know, we talked about the MOUZ track record on this map, 8 in a row. With their last loss being at Austin, but for Spirit, this is a map they've only lost once ever as well, to Furia back at Astana. So it's just been such a go-to. Even though it's been some close games, like you said, teams trying to pick in to punish, they couldn't find a hole in Spirit, and eventually just looked to accept that Spirit were good at this map. And for that point, no one's picked it against them. Spirit haven't been keen to play it. It's been in the darkness for 6 months. So it was nice to see Spirit pull it in at the start of the major to show, hey, by the way, we can still play this map. Remind everyone of it. But MOUZ still want to try and catch Spirit off guard here. So looking to abuse this B-bomb site in all of these rounds, do MOUZ, and all of them landing so far.
And every kill, just a chorus of cheers for MOUZ. They've got something to look forward to. A lot more fight showing to open this up, shaking off some of the ring rust from Mirage. MOUZ finally being the guys to win a disadvantage round. Other thing I'll say is I like that you bring attention to the fact Spirit, after 6 months of not playing it, they bring it out straight away at the major, and I do think there are some mind games at play there, right? Trying to show the rest of the teams, if you thought you could pick this against us, you're wrong. MOUZ could stand to undo a lot of that work if they pick up a win in this map.
Yeah, absolutely. And a discussion on the desk coming in was maybe we need to see donk be more active on this B-bomb site on rotation, because while it's Tanir playing the fast rotate role here for Team Spirit, Zwei right now is getting abused. And yeah, it's early days. There's not a lot of money. He's not had a rifle yet on this B-bomb site, but it's still clearly going to be part of the game plan here for MOUZ. Would you rather run into the outside site against donk and Shiro, or would you go against Zwei and Tanir and B? It's a clear option for MOUZ.
Good stuff. Keep it going, guys. There's not much to say, guys. It's just our map now. We're just going to play our rounds, right?
Let's see if MOUZ can play their rounds.
I like this from Cyclone, right? Trying to kind of ease the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah, saying it's fine. It's going to plan. And it definitely is. Giving donk nothing towards A main so far in this map.
Yeah, you tell him you got nothing to say. Cyclone, a very experienced piece, a coach that likes to be involved oftentimes early in games. So just giving a bit of a tip of the hat to Brolin and saying, no, you've called great thus far.
Perfect call as well.
Contact down through ramp.
Hello.
Brolin opens up on the other side of the map and caught by the awkward timing. Now you look at Zwei. Oh, it's real rough, but he'll recover. Zwei out with a double. And a lot more resistance than they bargained for. Spink's missed opportunity could still turn into something here. Survives that skirmish with Zwei. It's Shiro closing in and gets rid of him. Left to Jimmy now in a clutch, 1v2. Torshi able to win from this exact position earlier on. Does Jimmy have it in him? Far harder as he's got to go up against this AWP, but he brings it down low straight away. And there's the kill from Jimmy. Out with the swing! Jimmy secures it. That's back-to-back clutches in this B site now, whenever they've been given the chance. MOUZ are building.
On to Dong, no less, with a Galil at range. That's 2 difficult clutches for MOUZ. Both of them closed out. Bit of an awkward one for Team Spirit. Tanir getting caught, and you see they know that Zwei is still in this B side. Torshi's trying to throw mollies and upper to burn him out. Zwei does do his job. Catching 2 by surprise. It's the setup that lets Spirit down, but still they should be winning those clutches, or at least denying them. 2v1. And MOUZ, Galil is their best friend right now. It's keeping them up in the lead in this game. A risky move for Zwei. If he dies, the B site is just open. They don't clear it, not properly.
You wouldn't expect he does that.
Okay.
Zwei's actually going to get out with 2. Torshi Gonna make them feel a little better with the trade back, but in the same breath, Brolin's been brought down low. This is a low econ round out of Team Spirit.
Because Zway gets 2, Torshi can't speed up, right? If that was just 1 for 1, I think MOUZ might have just jumped at the chance to go B, but now Torshi has to hold on. Or bomb, wait for your team. That gives time for Team Spirit to get acquainted.
What do they want to do here? They've given enough time for fear to creep into Team Spirit. They've split the defense 2-2. But inside of this A site, you've got Donk and Shiro to worry about. MOUZ, they know if they get these kills, chance of the post plant, chance of the retake is low, but there's a big spot from Shiro. Now they know where the round's ending up. Spirit can start shuffling players over. MOUZ still low and slow on this take, trying to play at contact, get that util in finally. You gotta get past Donk on this Deagle though, and he's entrenched, he's set up. Takes a swing at Jimmy and comes up short. Tap on that bomb, trying to force a reaction, isn't given one, there it is. Torshi, gotta provide cover, run down from Tania, but Torshi there to reel it in. Another clutch added to the tally. Torshi with 4 and MOUZ in form. This T-side off to a terrifying start.
Spirit jumping the gun. The opportunity to deny that plant. Just too opportunistic, too tempting. Through the smoke, giving Torshi just what he wanted. And he nails every single shot, shaking off those nerves from Mirage. Torshi finding so much impact, 2 clutches from the man.
And he had to be so clean. You couldn't afford a miss there. A miss would have cost you the entire round. So that was perfection demanded, and Torshi delivers every step of the way. This is an entirely different looking team to the one that just got slapped around on Mirage. They've got a lot more fight in them. Spirit's gambit of that Mirage opening pick. Maybe it comes back to haunt them in this series.
Dance of death on upper right now. Heavy B rotation, but this is just Spinks.
I mean, something that I've enjoyed right now is MOUZ have had a real focus on this B side to open up the game, and I think that's just to make Spirit very aware of how vulnerable B is. Over time, it started to siphon resources away from A, right? And so eventually you do get to change it up if you're MOUZ, and you will have a slightly easier time. No third player here. This is where a mid-round move out of Zway is nice. And he's at least, you know, in spite of some real rough performances over here in these B holds, he's at least been active in the mid-round. He hasn't let the performance slow his role in getting info for the rest of the team. 25. So it's enabled the stack to come through with very little time left. Oh, but in seconds, only Tania, and he gets sidelined. Jimmy comes through with all the entries. Chopper makes his move. Spotted on the edge of that smoke. Bomb now planted. Does Chopper really want to give this a go? He's got to go into this crossfire. Torshi on the line, and he's got him dead to rights. MOUZ can't stop. And Spirit left in the dust.
Make a great point about these resources getting siphoned, but you still feel like Spirit have a lot of information in these rounds, right? The amount of times that Sway has pushed up a B and cleared it out or found even trades or even advantages here for Spirit. Neither Donk nor Shiro actually able to hold their own in this outside site just yet.
Yeah, I think, though, even with the info plays, like, there's a big difference between 3 players entrenched in crossfires, worried about angles, versus 2 guys scrambling over to try and reinforce the site, right? And you kind of felt that for Donk and Shiro in this round, who are playing super passive, but have so much to worry about. They're scared about the push down towards Ivy. They're scared about the push out of Old Hell. They're scared about the push through the camera smoke. There's a lot running through your mind for just 2 players to hold. And so at this point, Spirit have very much lost any type of initiative they might have had. They're playing from the back. Roland successfully cooling rings around them to make them feel very uncomfortable, very uncertain, and so this is the change. Donk attempting to get aggressive, but a tag in that molly. MOUZ now know about the pop player.
Still want to jump at the chance of B as well. B crunch for Spirit denied. So Tanier rotates in and Donk plays safe. Team Spirit give the control back to MOUZ. They have only one Molotov left in this entire round. No kit for a retake. Spirit already behind, just in the buy. MOUZ poking and prodding, keeping pressure on Ivy.
Spirit just never really sure what anything means. You know, you see Jimmy over here at Ivy, but that paints no clearer picture on the round.
Even Donk is starting to lean over to B. Look, he was in connector considering it. Just wants to stay in the most mobile spot. That's something good here for Spirit, but MOUZ have yet to decide their finishing blow. Coming back down the stairs now.
Chopper here. Could net them something. Instead, it's a lineup for Brolin. Donk moves in, but he's 1v5 in this sight hole. Tanier might be able to offer a helping hand.
Someone say Donk 1v5.
Molly doesn't go far enough. You know, at best, you've got Donk trapped in this little corner. He's still going to try and etch a name for himself out, but gets cleared head on. Exertion puts him down, and Spirit just look lost. They look so uncomfortable. MOUZ have done a great job with the early staging over towards B, setting that reminder of how strugglesome, how hard, and how rough this B hold has been for Team Spirit. And now it's left them just anxious and lost everywhere, all across this map. This is an out-of-control T-side from MOUZ.
Just shocking to see Spirit, you know, fall apart like this so far. And you think it would be a very different game if these clutches didn't come through for MOUZ, because Spirit, yeah, they found themselves in those 2v1s off the back of solo B's way holds. But now we're just seeing them plug this site with player after player. And MOUZ exploits so many gaps, getting Jimmy out Ivy, getting Brolin Exertion out A main. Spirit even pushing into main with 30 seconds on the clock. With an MP9, I mean, what do they hope to achieve here? It's not a good fight. You're not going to flank T-spawn from this. Spirit feeling a lot of pressure. And MOUZ relaxed, sit back, 7-1 up in this T side.
I mean, when it's going like this, you know, you understand why. MOUZ don't even really feel the need to bring the hype right now. This is just a game plan being executed perfectly. Looking at this, it feels like a masterclass of conditioning from Brolin. Cyclone himself admitted as much in that first timeout. And here we go on a smoke walk. Tanier dead in an instant. They're now making plays. They're getting ballsy. They have overlooked a player up close, and Donk ends up behind enemy lines. Oh, goodness. What could he do here? Clear for Exertion. Only one from Donk.
Why does he look there? Oh! Shots won't save you now. MOUZ just have so much control. And the fastest round yet for MOUZ at 7-1, even a risky call to make up against low economy to just walk through the main smoke like that, but Brolin perfect check. And MOUZ getting revenge for Mirage and then some.
I mean, you just really hope, like, for MOUZ to savor this feeling, right? This is what it looks like when the game plan's going flawlessly. You've got in your opponent's head, and everyone has found their form. To do it as well in front of the home crowd. It must be a very great. Oh my God! Exertion. That's a one bullet.
If it didn't hit, he was dead. He flicked off the weapon.
Okay, 4-on-4. Team Spirit looking for composure, looking for anything on this CT side. I mean, this game is already so far gone. The T half has been strugglesome for Spirit. It always has been. It's the harder side, or at least it's meant to be, and you wouldn't believe it right now. Donk.
Timing.
Caught out in the open. Util in his hands. Can't even shoot back.
He's human.
Chopper dead in an instant, and I mean, everyone is just hitting their stride right now for MOUZ.
Unstoppable.
Double molly onto Tanier. Nowhere is safe. He tries to back out, but this might just have to be a save for Team Spirit. haven't looked to attempt them in this game, and you can't say you blame them with how close a lot of these clutches were on Mirage, with the fact that every advantage felt like they could still play through, but that is not the case on Train.
2 dinks as well in this round. Spirit let down. It's an exit at best here for Sway. He can't win this one. MOUZ will not give it to him. He's looking for the AWP from Shiro. Where's it gotten off to? As MOUZ 9-1 up on this T side. Spirit had the pistol, and that is it. Still reeling from these 2v1 clutches. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's not guaranteed. The hunt comes in. AWP save denied.
So worth.
All that just to sweeten the deal for MOUZ.
See ya. I mean, it's getting pretty desperate, right? Shiro's swinging through the smoke with the AWP to no scope. Donk, unlucky timing, pulls nades in the open though, and MOUZ just peek him.
I mean, you can see how brutally uncomfortable this is for Spirit. They've had no knowledge, no ability to kind of piece together where these rounds are ending up, and so it really only leaves you with desperate plays. You know, you're just looking for solutions. You're so deep in the game, you're trying a bit of everything. Random aggression, hoping and praying that Shiro gets something on a smoke push.
All right, Sway needs to hold his own here. So maybe there's something at the end of the half. Can MOUZ do a 3-on-5 right back to Spirit? Donk is armed with an AK from that early pick in A main. Ivy completely open. Chopper's getting info at least from afar. MOUZ, they should announce this.
I'm nervous for Chopper with the Torshi AWP closing in, right? This is a common sightline just to play for that info. Chopper knows it as well. He's nervous.
It's a good peek though. It's just safer play. Shouldn't be the angle the Torshi's ready for. So let's see if he can forge this opening kill for MOUZ. Get back in an unlikely round.
Oh, takes it a little wide, tries to recommit. There's the tag exchanged, info picked up.
Whoa.
And a re-swing for Chopper. They weren't expecting that.
No.
Chance at a clean round here for Team Spirit. Torshi caught, util in hand, and Spinks hoping for aggression, but gets deleted at the first turn. It's something for Spirit in the tail end of this half, but you're just clutching at straws, hoping that you can find 3.
Smart. Oh, he can't throw it out. This is a smart play though for Torshi. They can't have an AWP if he throws his, so screw it. You're not winning this round anyway. Deny AWP for Team Spirit. Absolutely the right decision from Torshi. Spirit find their second. They break the 9-round streak of MOUZ. Torshi going for a pick here, it looks like. Smoked off immediately. Some breaks come in here, but no one to be seen. Spirit don't play Donk close. He's looking to catch Donk crossing behind the Olaf box, but not to be. Donk does it late instead. Common position.
I mean, this is exposing a vulnerability of a Spirit squad who have looked stellar in at the Major. Now, we were talking coming into this about Donk trying to break his own record, but the thing is, Spirit are creatures of comfort, right? They've always preferred a handful of maps over the others, and they're often good at getting them. Don't have a lot of reps on Train nor Overpass in as our decider. MOUZ, meanwhile, have always been down to kind of spread the deck and try to remain well-versed with as many tools in their arsenal as possible. If they lock in double digits here, that leaves Spirit with absolutely no breathing room. Even the 3 they're swinging for doesn't give you a lot of comfort in this map. Shiro overwhelmed after the first. Chopper here to try and contain. He's got support from Donk, who's pushed up over towards Olaf. Will win that next fight. Ready for the swing. Out from E-Box. It's Torshi on the wall bang to get rid of him. Spink's now dead, and Torshi clutch required. He's got 12 seconds to do it. Time is of the essence here, and Spirit goes slow. They'll swing him together. They salvage a 3-round at CT side. Make no mistake about it. This is fast building to be the redemption arc for MOUZ.
MOUZ in the Major looking to go to the playoffs. Winner of this match qualifies themselves into the top 8, and at first we thought it was an impossibility for MOUZ. Destroyed on the first map, but they've come back, clutch after clutch, and even some pace on this T side put MOUZ in control of Train. A map we've barely seen Spirit touch on this side of the season, not until the Major. And a major problem for Team Spirit unless they show something on this T side. Ooh.
Ooh, I like that from Halley. I mean, it's concerning, but also he is being honest. He's addressing the elephant in the room, and he doesn't want Team Spirit to tilt out of the series on being wrecked on this map.
Yeah, it's kind of mad that you even be talking about that at halftime, not even talking about the possibility of a comeback, but more so talking about losing the whole series as a result. As Donk got anything more in this game, he had a banging CT pistol round, fell silent from that point onwards. A 3v5 last time, looking to do more of that. Tanir, Donk and Chopper edging ever closer into this connector, and they overwhelm Exertion as well. They've got control, they can go B. Chopper's down the ramp with a bomb. Spinks back in CT, dinked, as is Torshi. Jimmy's hardly doing healthy at 33 health. And so Donk is on to close this round with his close position. Or it's all Tanir. Forget about it. Another 3v5 pistol here for Team Spirit. Quick as you like it, they're back on the board.
Gives him a bit of fight here. Now, we've touched on how the T sides are going to feel problematic, right? The idea that you scraped by with 3 rounds on the CT harp and a pistol is a big step in the right direction. Just got to keep it clean in the next. I don't know. That text from Halley that we just saw, the transcript of what he said to the guys at half, you know, he spent a lot of time with this Spirit squad. He knows how they operate. He knows that they aren't immune to the tilt factor. Also likely knows what fires them up. It removes a little bit of pressure from the team. You could probably tell tensions were riding high at the end of a 9-3 first half on what's supposed to be the better half of Train. You never know, right? A player like Donk, you don't want to tell him something's impossible. And I wonder if doing so only fires him up.
Maybe just takes the focus off of this map in a positive way for Spirit, but we know that creeps back up. The closer you get to a comeback at this kind of scoreline, the more you are thinking about it. But let's see if Spirit can stage first, get rid of this force bite. MOUZ have all the momentum right now. Spirit full rifles. Berlin loves this boost. Will avoid any utility, any kind of flashbangs in this position as well. So it's a straight up, close range, 5-7 headshot he's looking for over donk.
Yeah, you see those little moments where Brolin's looking up at the minimap and hope the IGL brain doesn't get the better of him. Has to just be gun on and laser focused. Will secure the opener onto donk. Exertion with the follow-up. And the rest of Team Spirit never made it through main. Pressure over towards upper. They've spotted Chopper. That was the backdoor option for Team Spirit. And Exertion still plays active over towards Olaf.
He's good right now. This is great position late in the round.
Exertion lies in wait. Zwei deletes him. 3-on-3. Team Spirit moving in. Flash at the connector. Gets one off the angle, but Jimmy still very much owns his position. Zwei's going to take it away, and there's support from Shiro. Might have been a pretty dire start for Spirit. Losing donk instantly, a follow-up from Exertion as well. But it goes no further than that. Crisis averted, 5 rounds secured, and only this MP9 on Spink stands to move forward.
Just huge credit to Zwei, because the clear on Exertion up close feels unlikely, and even the way he peeks into connector there by climbing up over the train into an awkward headshot angle saves his life. So Zwei picks up the round here for Team Spirit with a double entry in that A site. And Spirit, step by step, look to recover this game. What a feat that would be.
Smiles right now for MOUZ. I wonder how long those stick around if this tightens up.
You got that gun round coming.
Yeah, that's the first real test. Chance just to see what you can accomplish on the pistols again. Keep it loose, keep it light.
We weren't really seeing Shiro Orps on that CT side, right? But even in the brief moments that he has one, not really forcing any advantages, not really making any early moves. He's a late round player, we know that. But I can assure you, Torshi will be looking for those picks. And so that's going to offer a lot of help to MOUZ once the AWP comes out, and it will be there in the next round. Torshi's been saving for it.
If one thing was clear, it's that Spirit were tilted going into this second half. And I think justifiably so. That kind of felt like the game plan for MOUZ was just get in their heads, make them nervous about B, make them lose faith in the A hold once we've weakened it. Oh. That's a beautiful sequence for Tania and donk. And so looking to find this one cleanly. What I was saying is, you know, if this does start closing up and you're able to get more mileage out of donk, it's no longer Tania and Zwei trying to keep the game alive and the usual suspects arrive in their full form. Nothing's impossible. And they're going into Exertion here. Strong position back of the site, but needs to hit a shot soon. Given a couple of chances, won't be able to find it. You know, you've largely been playing this game with an absence of your usual stars. The fact that we're looking at Zwei and Tania, the two trying to hold it together, the two problem pieces, speaks to that.
Yeah, and last map for Chopper was life gaming hard, but he's 4-9 right now, and I don't see a way for him to get back into anywhere near the same impact when you consider how much micro there's going to need to be on this T side, right?
Here we go, first gun round for MOUZ. They could alleviate really any worries of a comeback if they pick this one up. It would set that tone again. You'd shut down Team Spirit, you'd stop them building up any confidence.
A lot of ifs here. A lot of maybes. But Spirit have their orb. They have their AKs. They have a shot. Torshi's patience tested on Ivy.
Fake leveled against them by Chopper. They see Brolin getting aggressive. That's at least Q enough to Chopper that this limp fake won't do much in terms of drawing rotations, right? You know that MOUZ have the info, and now they learn about that Torshi AWP. This is where you look at donk over here towards B, playing into a 3-9 Spinks. The one guy for MOUZ who never really got going in that first half. Him and Tania have to try and find these openers if they want to put the pressure on, and Spinks good to shut it down. Support from Jimmy. 35 seconds, Chopper trying to carve out a bit of room over here towards A, but it all hinges on the bomb making it, and with aggression from Exertion, a missed shot from Shiro. This first rifle round gonna go the way of MOUZ. And it's convincing, 4 alive when all is said and done.
Team Ace, everyone pulls their weight there for MOUZ. Everyone holds their position well. What a spot for Spinks as well, never seen that before. Perfect headshot angle as Spirit lurk out upper, and MOUZ knew it was coming, right? You said they cleared the fake, seeing Sway at Ivy. Only confirms that. So MOUZ keeping 2 at B, able to stop Spirit's A and B plan. So 2 pistols and 3 AKs just keep Spirit in this game, so it feels. Noise being made towards B, but no one close enough to hear it. Orb spotted. So Torshi won't stay there forever. Could perhaps take a peek into Pop if he's brave enough, but Team Spirit have time to be here by now. MOUZ look to back up, play towards their B bomb site. An attempt at a fake outside here for Team Spirit.
Lurk smoke in main, hoping that that keeps pressure on, keeps 3 players here.
Going back Pop.
Looks like they do want to meet back up over at A, hoping that MOUZ kind of outbrain themselves with so much silence, but Exertion isn't moving a muscle. He's in the power position. He's in the spot that could just end this whole round in an instant. Goes unchecked, goes unclear. Dueling donk around the smokes, tries to get out of there, and he'll live to tell the tale. Cross out, and now it tees up Brolin. Great bit of synergy on display from the captain and his front man to stop Team Spirit in their tracks. Donk and Shiro, they've got 25 seconds to try and cook up a 2v4. We're not on Mirage anymore. These rounds have not been coming through for Spirit. They've got an open runway into the B site, but the longer they wait, the more time for MOUZ to make their way over.
It's almost too good to be true. Free site, free plant, Spirit, 2v4, what they got?
The comeback rides or dies on this round.
Time for deathmatch.
Shiro gonna play it forward, but donk is dead straight away, and Shiro remains as the sole survivor. Gonna deal with Torshi. 2 more coming to face him. Shiro holding the line, and he'll keep Spirit in this thing. A clutch finally going the way of Team Spirit. Shiro with 4. And the game continues. MOUZ could have put a stop to it there and then. That is a frustrating round to give away.
Oh yeah, it's not the best play. Both swinging the same angle. Low player going last. MOUZ could have gone over the top, faced him 2-on-1 at the same time, but they give him the fights. Shiro takes him every damn day. Great control taken in post-plant here, as Spirit win the least likely round of all, a 2v4. Yes, the name value of Shiro and donk, but MOUZ maybe kicking themselves for giving Spirit the opportunity to win that round. 1v3, 4K clutch for Shiro. we go on. It's a really nice outside setup for MOUZ.
You win this, you break MOUZ. But it goes both ways. Spirit can't afford the loss. They would be broke moving forward. MOUZ could suddenly forget all about that lost clutch. These are the rounds that decide how much pressure gets applied in this map. Jimmy and Exertion, they respond to it well. Donk and Tania try and throw themselves into the fray, and they come up short. 5 versus 3 for MOUZ.
Donk just tried to trust his intuition there, tried to seize the opportunity. Here's Exertion throwing nades up high through the rafters and just starts running, but he's not close enough. Exertion could pull his gun out in time. And so Donk, a mortal man in this map, 11 to 15.
Mind a detail there, but Exertion crept forward and grabbed the deeper AK to stop Chopper from getting it in that smoke.
Ouch.
There were 2 on the ground. He took the riskier one. Torshi even hits that leg just to make matters worse here for Team Spirit.
And so a sick 1v3 Shiro clutch looks to do nothing for Spirit. Arguably should be saving here. And even that not guaranteed with the spam connecting.
I mean, MOUZ just breathing such a huge sigh of relief, right? Don't have to worry anywhere near as much about this game closing up now after the back of that sick little 1v3 from Shiro. You know that if Spirit win another, they can go from strength to strength. You'd be broken. Suddenly it's a 1-round game, right? And they're breathing down your necks, but you instantly find your path back in. You've got full control over the money here. This save comes out of necessity for Team Spirit. Meanwhile, for MOUZ, it's flawless, and that's scary. It gives them staying power. It gives them that ability to sustain a round loss, still come through with investment. They're now very hard to dislodge. They're riding a high. They're running towards the finish line.
An 8-win streak for MOUZ. Minutes away from making it 9. And taking this series all the way to more unknown territory between MOUZ and Team Spirit onto Overpass. Torshi at the forefront of so many of these rounds. Again, puts himself in position with the AWP. Spinks flash to B, and it did catch him. He hides out in the smoke, though. They're walking right past him. They're blocked. Spinks ready to flick back. Donk still gets that headshot. Dink down to 10 health. Donk not going out quietly. Spirit go into this site.
Been a long time since you've had to worry about Donk's name even in the feed, but yeah, an important opening here, and it's cracked open the ability to go for this B play. Chopper's giving chase, going for the hunt before the bomb's even planted. He wants to try and sweeten the deal. Chopper getting greedy, looking to take stuff away from MOUZ. The AWP's the big ticket item, but he might just get sandwiched here. No, there's the kill on Brolin. Torshi at least holds his own with the AWP. That's why that flawless round in the last really pays dividends to MOUZ. It's going to let them remain competitive here, right? They don't have to roll over and take this. They can try and battle back in the next round of play. Getting out with these guns really looks to improve matters. That's how they keep the AWP in play. Torshi gets to remain comfortable.
This game really is just a test of the mental right now. So we saw Hallie talk about the tilt after the first half, but just the fact that we're still here. Spirit have gone through the roller coaster of the highs and lows of incredible clutches to just shut down rounds. And MOUZ shaking with anticipation to finish their 9-round CT side. Struggling to do so. We've been trading rounds for 6 in a row.
Seen Cyclone up until now, a coach who always loves to be optimistic and I guess no better word would be pragmatic with how he uses his timeouts, likes to try and bring them in very early in games, but he's largely left MOUZ on their own here because the game plan's been working. He finally calls one in there. Didn't sound like he's layering on the pressure too heavy just yet, as MOUZ could still firmly control this one, but make no mistake about it, one more round for Spirit, suddenly that dial gets cranked up, and this one does become a very hotly contested game.
We've been saying that for a minute, right? MOUZ just need that one gun round. They just need to break Spirit. They've been unable to do so far. Spirit on low economy and still getting it done. Donk just runs out into the B bomb site and kills Exertion. Have they realized the B anchor is still here? Spinks has yet to leave.
Said it earlier on, but Spinks is the one guy who's kind of been struggling here for MOUZ, but this could be his round. The backstab chance gets denied. And this was your big worry. Donk has not really been a factor here on Train. In these last 2 rounds, he's come through with key opening kills. If this guy gets warmed up, if the rest of Team Spirit have bought him enough time to get switched online, this could be a very different game to the one MOUZ have been playing.
And Spirit are nowhere near their round closer. That was just an opening move. They have Zwei on Ivy, they have Shiro on main, they have the bomb back in pop, so they have to go back, pick it up, put it down, but they're still ready to find these exits. Spirit are so assured they've already won the round, and they're playing for the kills. They're playing to bankrupt MOUZ deep in this game.
You remove these guns and suddenly you get handed a freebie, and then it is that one-round game nightmare that MOUZ are working so hard to avoid. So the hunt would be brutal, and I like that Zwei hasn't moved a muscle. Ivy's such a common point to try and save these guns. He knows he's going to have to drop on them if they head that way.
Don't think they'll move from here, though. They're all bunched up together. They've got enough control, so if you really want to get these guns, you've got to go chase them.
Spirit electing not to do so right now. Eventually, Zwei is going to make a move. Plays out from the Ivy side, gets the spot on Jimmy. Now you know where they're saving, but time's really run out to go for this hunt. Maintaining these guns lets MOUZ remain competitive. Even losing one would break the bye moving forward. So there's still more chances for MOUZ here.
Spirit could have committed more into that hunt, definitely, but it was a nice setup for MOUZ, all tucked in together. So here we go. MOUZ with another chance off of those saved rifles and a bit more left for later. But this is getting too close for comfort, certainly. As Spirit winning 2 in a row for the first time since the pistol.
Again with the aggressive play over towards main, MOUZ come looking for info. Shiro holds on to it, won't allow any aggression to go untapped for too long. And it's a very tense atmosphere right now. Donk brought down low. He's been instrumental at getting these openers, but going to struggle to do so at 27 points of health. That responsibility falls to someone else.
Did he get wallbanged in upper or through the windows, perhaps?
Trades out onto the AWP.
Don't see that every day. Taking it over Shiro. Zwei spotted on Ivy, but he's not exactly been able to get control here. He's just been blocked, ignored by Jimmy, who has more util to shuffle down Ivy. Can trade smokes here. Jimmy's rotating out. Does Spirit take this space, and do they go all the way? 40 seconds to make this play.
The idea was that Torshi would be able to hold this eventually. He's been smoked off at the hands of that Zwei smoke, and now constantly looking over his shoulder. This is quite the uncomfortable setup for MOUZ. Huge catch for Jimmy on the reposition. You see him in Z, though. You know you've got space out towards Ivy.
Donk late.
And that's what Spirit go looking for.
Tick-tock.
Taken what was a very claustrophobic setup. You've made it work for one, but still you've lost this site control. Chance to catch Donk, and they will find him. Huge stuff from Torshi.
They can just plant, they have to.
Only option for Team Spirit, plug in those numbers, trying to take Con away. It's Zwei playing it forward. Oh. Spirit looking for the 3v5. Important kill for Exertion. Shiro's had a clutch that got this whole comeback going, and more might be required yet as they are boxed in, trapped at Z. Zwei can't play it forward, and Shiro now has to fly solo, has to hit hard. First shot connects on a Sphinx, but this is what it's all riding on. Tap of that bomb, it's being held. Shiro can't find it. MOUZ get onto map point. Finally, they arrive at that promised 12th round, and they break this comeback from Team Spirit. One more to extend play onto Overpass.
Felt like heartbreak was in the air there for MOUZ, but at least relieving some pressure with the overtime locked in. Terrifying, slow burn for Spirit as they sneak around the map in this T side. But MOUZ with map point first. Zway's given us a great game here in this T half. But it might all be for nothing here for Spirit. A close comeback just to find the same result. 3 rounds for MOUZ to close this game out now.
Without a doubt, it's Zway's best game at the Major so far.
Let's go, man. Lotan, you had good read. Adam, amazing comms. Lotan, I love that you want to push B there. It's unlucky with the step, bro. It's all good.
Shiro almost given that advantage, but Spinks not known to swing out for the 5v4. He's already had a tough game, has Spinks. So staying alive is the right play. Torshi again, second time at this. Is it donk on the other end of the skewer?
Nades out, nades pulled, but a missed shot cost Torshi dearly. Donk, this time they don't whittle him down low. That was a big reason as to why that last one gets away from Team Spirit. He gets to play first, gets to play early, and when you're up against donk, you really can't afford to miss. 5v4 for Spirit. And so a chance to keep that pressure on. Jimmy blows the smoke open, plays it through, tries to get in their face. Brolin, at least there for the trade, stops this from getting too weird. But it's still a 3v4, and desperate times calling for desperate measures. They bought Spinks over, trying to pad out the A site. They lose exertion out in the open. Spinks has to just be the joker in the deck. Gets in behind the bomb site. On a quiet game, Spinks can't find a thing. Brolin, the captain of MOUZ, coming to terms with the fact that Spirit will keep train going as he is left all alone in this round and no room left to play. Money gone on exertion, Jimmy and Torshi too. Team Spirit might just get their wish of making this a one-round game, going all the way to the end of regulation. At this point, you still have rounds to play with, still have a little bit of room. And so I envision if you're MOUZ, you want to try and have everything. You don't want to swing for the fences with a weak, cobbled together force here. I feel like this AK is all they're going to have moving forward. And that's if Spirit let it come through. Brolin looking good to get away with it right now as Spirit show a bit of respect. Don't hunt down the captain, he'll get out with that, but this one is really tightening up. Yeah, just when you're ready to write off Spirit, when you're ready to say MOUZ have done enough, they come through with these rounds time and time again.
Brolin has 4,800. I think he's going to just buy the AWP and they're going to piece rifles behind this. Is actually a good enough buy for MOUZ to have a go. You don't want to be full ecoing this deep in the game, especially when you have a saved AK. You can buy an AWP, so MOUZ will get a rifle round here. They're going to force for the final if they can't do it now.
I don't know, it feels kind of crazy, doesn't it, though? Nah. What kind of limitations are they working with? How much util they got?
It's not the best, but it's the guns that matter here for MOUZ at this point of the game. You feel like you want 2 opportunities to close rather than 1. Figuring it out still. Who's taking the hit?
I mean, you won't know until the round ends whether or not this was the right call, but you better have an idea to work with in this round. Spirit have played slow, grueling rounds, and then they suddenly explode at the end. You feel like the util's so important in this game.
Yeah, I feel like Spirit have really done their homework, right? They know MOUZ's tendencies. They're finding a lot of gaps on this T side at least. The main control is getting conceded by both teams in T side, allowing the CTs to take that control. Spirit have barely shown 4B.
At bare minimum, this is like a decision Spirit aren't necessarily prepared for, right? You might anticipate a partial, you might anticipate the eco, just thinking you've got one gun to worry about. This is the Hail Mary from MOUZ, and Spinks has opened it with a double. This was the all or nothing buy. If they didn't win it here, overtime looms over the top of MOUZ. That's what's on the line. plant found for Spirit in a 3v5, but a missed timing for Shiro. Spinks has delivered a free kill. There's no Shiro to bail them out. There's no donk either. It's got to be Tanir and Chopper, and now it's just the captain. 5 kills deep. MOUZ left it all to this one gun round, and on the verge of picking it up. Now Brolin is low on health, but he's got cover from all angles. Defuse, stuck, and MOUZ have done it. Risked it all right there on that buy at the close, and they get it done. Spirit were a threat. They were able to show up after a lackluster first half, but MOUZ remain resilient, and this best of 3 for playoffs continues all the way to Overpass.
Good.
One more map will decide who is the first squad to make it to the playoffs of StarLadder Budapest Major 2025.
MOUZ looking to set the record straight by the end of this series and break the streak that Spirit have amassed against them. 3 times this season, Spirit have taken wins over MOUZ, including in a BO5 final without dropping a map. Even an Overpass win for Spirit. They've had everything in their pocket, but MOUZ have flipped the script, coming through and closing on Train. Despite some difficulty in that second half, we now go to Overpass, a map that MOUZ are battle hardened on here at the Major, with 2 wins already on day 2 of stage 3.
Yeah, Spirit's coach Hallie parting advice at the end of, at halftime on Train was to not tilt for this 3rd map. He already got the vibe that this would be a 3-map series, and he was right in that assumption. Team Spirit, they're going to lose donk to open things up. And if you can keep donk kind of cold, kind of tamed here in map 3, this is a player who doesn't get to have an off day. Someone who always has to stand tall for Team Spirit. You want him out of the picture as long as you can. Exertion holding down this B site, and it might just be a clean sweep in this pistol. MOUZ coming through with a vengeance. All 5 alive. They'll finish that one off cleanly.
Yeah, you think you send donk out solo mid and 4B, and that's a perfect round, right? Donk get a couple of kills, clean up the rotates, and then you got a weakened B bomb site. But when have you seen donk fall in a pistol like that? He's been winning 3v5s all day in these pistols. Well, finally, nothing out of donk after a slower approach on Train. And this is going to be a very hard map for Spirit now, with the pistol against them. Got to keep their head in the game.
Yeah, for MOUZ, it's start as you mean to go on, and you don't get a better beginning than that.
MOUZ are just a team with such a strong resilience and such a strong mentality, and we've seen that just shown across this entire year, right? It's a team that, with the exception of Spirit, Falcons, Furia, and Vitality, they haven't lost a BO3 since February. They've lost 1 BO3 this year to teams outside of that top 4 squads. That's an unbelievable show across all these top events, Swiss stages, majors.
I mean, yeah, it's like if you want to say Na'Vi are gatekeepers to tier 1, MOUZ are the gatekeepers to the top 5.
And despite that, no trophies, right? Not since Cluj. Gatekeepers, but themselves gate-kept. Now they finally look to not only go one step further, but to take down Spirit in their stead. A series that has eluded them all season long. What a time for it to show up on home soil for Torshi. Here to make a clean 3-0 run through the 3rd stage of the Major to be that first team into the playoff.
I mean, that's kind of what dreams are made of for this MOUZ team, right? That was the focus the moment that this Major was announced. You heard fighting talk from Torshi straight away, the rest of the team sharing in his sentiment. I mean, this is a squad that, for the most part, you know, kind of growing up alongside each other. And so they want to do right by him. They want to play their best CS yet and be that first team making it into the playoffs.
Can't say I wasn't worried after Mirage, but Torshi has come back to form with clutches and AWP kills across train. Can he kick this one off with a bang? No. Donk shuts him out early, hands over his utility and looks to reset in this round. 5-on-4 for Spirit, the pressure's on MOUZ.
In a lot of ways, though, you even saw this back on train in any round where, even if Donk gets an opener, if you're able to kind of bring him down low, that already feels good. It lowers the impact he can have. This is a guy who so often just cleanly rips heads off. So bringing him down, softening him up just a tad was meant to make this easier. Zwei, double entry, and already MOUZ throw in the towel. They want nothing to do with this round.
Zwei's had a really good series. I think it's got to be mentioned as well, right? With ample criticism levied towards him, and at times, you know, perfectly fair, I think. He's had some stinker maps in this team, but he was the one guy keeping rounds interesting back in that T side of train down the stretch. Donk with the occasional entry, but it was Zwei looking to close out rounds, so.
He deserves his props. I want to see if he can keep it up, because that was, you know, hands down his best map of the major so far.
For sure. But it's more just historically in the MOUZ head-to-heads he's performed. He showed up in Bounty, held his own in the Cologne final as well.
Terrorists win.
So Spirit on the board early at least. No dominant starts. Not again, guys. Not again. Chopper. Back to the lab. Who tells Chopper off?
Gotta be Hallie.
Someone else know this smoke? Ooh, flash is awkward, but no punish here from Spirit. Door smoked off, so Zwei can come up connector, and they set him up into middle, but already a lot of smokes used for Spirit.
I think this is, you know, one of the potential worries for Team Spirit as we go deeper into the tournament. It's just the idea, you know, said it last map, kind of creatures of comfort. They have a small pool they love to try and get to play on. You should have a lot of reps on some of these extremity maps that are still in the Spirit map pool, but haven't been played a lot in officials. Train was an example of that, right? They played it now twice in the last 6 months, both of them at this major. And even for Overpass, all of 2025, this is their 5th time taking to this map.
Yeah, I guess some example that shows Spirit are more comfortable here than Train versus MOUZ is the fact that they picked this as the 4th map in that Cologne BO5 final. The options were Overpass or Train. They picked Overpass. It never came that far, but it shows that they would rather this than the latter. Another entry for Zwei. Donk and Shiro just going to storm in, and Team Spirit just swipe this round to the wayside.
Over in seconds, this A site is getting annihilated right now. It's some very passive play for MOUZ, lending a lot of room to Spirit. Thus far, these missed smokes for Chopper have never come back to haunt them. They're getting all the space for free, and they're just kind of running amok with it. I need to see MOUZ try and take a bit of a risk here and actually look to fight for some of this control, because it's a worrying precedent to set early on that you're going to have a lot of room out towards A for free. Spirit are not going to overthink that. They haven't been doing it thus far, just following through when they get that deep up through short, long, and the toilets. That was a 3-man A-hole dispatched in seconds by Team Spirit.
Making it look easy. Torshi was caught throwing nades, and that's the bottom of the house of cards coming apart. All right, Chopper, we're watching. 3rd time's the charm. He nailed it. Wait, did he throw a decoy? Or a flash, just to practice it? Either way, no, smoke in the toilet. Cool boost, old school for MOUZ over towards the B side. He threw a flash to practice it.
I just want to caught his reaction on the cam. I don't think that was to practice. I think that was an accident.
Oh dear.
So, not great.
The crowd.
Here we go, a bit more active out towards the bathrooms, trying to fight for this control, are MOUZ, and they'll end up burnt alive by Chopper and his util. Aggression out here towards short as more of it comes through for MOUZ. They know that Spirit have a clear objective in these rounds when given this much control. Thus far, it's been all A hits to open up. Oh, that's two quick kills from the USPs. Brolin with another. They were not supposed to win this. Bit of aggression does MOUZ well, and Tanier is thrust into a clutch he never saw coming. Last play, they'll swing him together. Brolin. What a round. The rifles didn't have to do a thing. The pistols were enough all along. And MOUZ get back into this game earlier than you were ever expecting.
4v3 advantage for Spirit and just a USP double headshot. Torshi as well. And MOUZ pose an early problem to Team Spirit. Can Spirit avoid the tilt? Because I feel like it must have been a tilting game. There's been, you know, on Mirage, Spirit were the ones offering up those rounds, right? Winning from disadvantages, winning the clutches. But the longer this game's gone on, the more BS MOUZ have gotten away with themselves, and that is one for the history books.
Look, if the goal was to not get tilted on Overpass, this has not been going great. Chopper has not landed this smoke yet. Finally, he gets to throw it.
Round 6, first one.
So he's been missing that every round, which is just frustrating on a micro level, but now you've lost to USPs.
Torshi's up in the toilets.
Yeah, MOUZ quite liked that aggressive stance, didn't they, right? Not tucked in back in the sights, not giving so much away for free, and expecting Spirit to go back to this move that's worked so many times. They play aggressive out here in middle, and they will get past Torshi. It's going to leave a lot to Spinks up here, tucked in at the cubby, waiting for the creep round. Spinks lines him up, and he'll get out with a double. Now the test for Torshi. There's two more players adorn the short side. Torshi waits with this AWP, looking to get going. Caught on the quick switch. Shiro knocks him down. End up in a 3-on-3. Spirit know there might be more players in store, and Tanier's just confirmed that fact with the spot of exertion back on default. Nade does big damage. Oh. Waiting for a swing, waiting for the reaction. Spirit get what they were looking for. And Sabrola might have delivered a very unlikely round once. Is he able to do it again? Spam comes through out of Tanier, and that's A wide open. Now you look on to Jimmy. He got that electric 1v2 back on train to help kickstart everything for MOUZ. He's looking to do it again. Chopper caught out in no man's land, and the bomb's dropped over here in the bathrooms. Tanier fast running out of time. Jimmy still closing in. Plant will be found. Jimmy round the corner, plays this one quickly, plays it forward, backs his aim as he looks for the fight, and Tanier swings it wide, rips his head off, clutch denied.
Very important round for Tanier, right? He's not been at the tip of anyone's tongue in this series, but thrust into a couple of very difficult clutches in this game. He does come out with one. It was pixel perfect, getting away with the bomb. MOUZ was still able to buy. A very A-focused game right now here for Team Spirit. Have not gone B since the pistol. MOUZ know it's coming, it's only a matter of time. Starting 3 on this site still. Torshi again, aggressive, even more than before, but flashed off the angle. Spirit employ boost to clear this position. Tane gets some nades into B early, but is forced to lurk. Very passive here for Team Spirit. Onus is still on clearing the toilets before Spirit do anything. Trying to keep MOUZ on their toes on this A site. Donk and Chopper side by side into middle. Two flashes left for Spirit, and that's always a big problem when this AWP is present. The A side, so Spirit set their sights away, down on lower. Good nades on Jimmy.
Yeah, let's see how they handle this. Haven't had to worry about these B plays yet ever since the pistol. Spirit have been so laser focused with this room and space they've been given over on A that they haven't felt the need to explore other parts of the map. That's about to change.
Monster's free. There's that one flash for Shiro.
Comes in now, explosion on the back of it. Brolin gets out with one. Jimmy here to lend a helping hand, but he's got to stay alive, got to buy time, and he's overwhelmed, surrounded, knocked out of play. Rotates arrive in the form of Spinks. And Torshi sat up over towards the heavens, blocks out another. MOUZ combine. B play denied. The retake works out, and MOUZ move into pole position.
There's the value of playing passive on A, right? It speeds up your rotation down lower. MOUZ are able to keep the pressure on Spirit and never let them get into a post plant. You want to cross out of the bomb site, you want to get back to short and play that bomb. Spirit are not giving the satisfaction. Those two topside players there in time to keep their thumb on the round. And Spirit out of desperation, forced by Donk, AK, 4 pistols.
Talked about this coming in, but MOUZ incredibly consistent team at being able to beat up on teams outside of the top 5. Their challengers, all the best teams in the world. This year took a huge step in finally beating Vitality, a squad they were going blow for blow with.
What?
For a long time, and right when they were able to break through, new challenges emerged, Spirit being one of them. This would be another huge tick from MOUZ's rogues gallery of these top teams, taking the early steps in the right direction and looking to field the lead, looking to widen it. Sat pretty in a 5-on-3 with that exertion double.
Yeah, just constant re-smoke. Stonk just wants the heads-up fighting monster with this AK, but they're not giving it to him. We even saw in that B hit, MOUZ had 3 around Pillar and Pits. No one playing towards Monster. Does leave MOUZ with a lack of information, but is also low risk. This setup, able to trade contact. Exertion holding that re-smoke for the left side of Pillar. Completely constricts any T's getting out into this B bomb site. Whoa, Donk creeping, crawling forward, misses that tap, and as the smoke comes out, 20 seconds, how does Spirit win this round?
It just has to come down to Donk going huge, given the hero gun. Trying to secure some type of a foothold here for Team Spirit. It's actually Chopper opening things up, but Court jumping in, Court leaping through. No room now to get this bomb planted,
Donk's
surely. Dead, and Donk heads for the hills. MOUZ widen their lead.
I think he picked the bomb up off of Chopper when he died, and he just knows there's no way they're going to give him the satisfaction to plant that bomb. Every single MOUZ player there, even with one entry, MOUZ can just spam the smoke, spam the wall, blow Donk out of the round. So just keeping that AK going here for Team Spirit, but this is a very hard map to find a one-man AK round win. It's not an Inferno, it's not a Dust 2. You can't force saves that easily. CTs with such inherent advantage. advantage, so many avenues to fall back.
Again, donk given a hero gun. It seems to be Spirit's whole prerogative here is just get him activated because he's still got some of that ring rust left from Train. Right, MOUZ got in the head of Spirit. Ali kind of reflected as much, and we got that transcript. We saw him speaking to the guys, saying, guys, just don't tilt for map 3. MOUZ, meanwhile, feel like they could be on the cusp of something great here. The home major for this squad, thanks to Torshi. They would love to be the first team to make it through, the first team out of stage 3. And to do it, without losing a series.
Bomb at the back.
Backstab on Spinks, and he bides his time. Knows he's got kills on a platter right here. Where that one opens up, right as Shiro pulls the pin, there's no supportive smoke. That was really smart from Spinks. Ooh, Chopper! How's he gonna try and finagle this? Just takes it while he's got it. Donk finds one more.
Wait.
Don't let this get away from you, Donk. Dealt with. Donk brushed aside, and Chopper might think that they're on the wrong end of the map, but guess who never moved the muscle? Jimmy! Ready to deal with any change of direction.
And this is where you look at Spirit and you sometimes doubt the firepower across the board, even though the ceiling is so high. What Donk provides, Shiro able to close rounds across the board, it can come into question. MOUZ don't have that problem. Some of the best players in the world at their roles. Spirit walking down struggle street right now, because if Donk isn't multi-killing, who is? This T-side overpass can feel so brutal.
I mean, but the teams that are securing wins as well and left in that 2-1 position, it's no safe bet either for the loser of this game that you're guaranteed that spot in the playoffs. There's kind of no freebies available here. There's pressure really on. Spirit looking to break through now as they don another rifle round. But that usual threat of the donk hero gun has largely been quelled without an issue from MOUZ, who are playing a confident and concise game right now. A swing from exertion to find yet another man advantage.
Just keeps everything flowing when you have a 5v4 like this, and they still have so much control. Spinks is down in connector right now. MOUZ never let off the gas. Spinks can pop his head out at any moment. This way, unaware, unprepared to deal with the connector player, puts MOUZ in a formidable 5v3. Late to the play is Shiro. Spinks is still ready, but he can't stop him. 25 health, however, leaves you with almost no room for error. You'd rather run into the orb. Shiro goes back lower. Donk trying to take space in long, but Torshi's here with a flick up top, drops him. 4v2. No saving this round, Spirit.
No, even the way they play this 3v4, they kind of played it to leave options open, prepared for failure with Team Spirit. The idea that Chopper could come and regroup with Shiro, but this really doesn't leave you with a lot. You're relying on Shiro securing an opening, and Jimmy's got that spot right there. Now calling for reinforcements. Jimmy just playing a delay around this smoke.
Too obvious.
Shiro low on health, and Jimmy's ready for it. Chopper's got no choice. No road left to run at the end of this round. And they've even heard him drop this gun. They know exactly where Chopper is. They could look to remove it. Time's about to expire, and this would be ballsy from MOUZ.
Yes.
This was something Spirit never got the chance to do back on Train. They let the time expire. They come looking for this AK.
Oh no!
Oh no! Calamity for MOUZ.
Oh dear.
But you like that they tried.
Yeah,
7-3.
I do like that they tried, because it came to the end of Train where I was looking at some of these rounds and Spirit have all this money in on the comeback with no room for error anyway, and they're not hunting the guns hard enough. And MOUZ got out with multiple rifle saves when you could argue that Spirit can risk weapons to chase them down, and it ended with MOUZ having a good enough full buy to close out at 12-10. When if they had 1 or 2 left saves in that half, they would have probably ecoed that round and played for the final one. So MOUZ know the importance of taking the guns away. They are unable to do so. But Donk has yet to get these entries.
Contact on it as well. It's Way and Donk working in tandem. Suddenly we're looking at Brolin. Been good in this game thus far, but not in this round. He'll get overran. 2v4. MOUZ. Torshi's going to try and give it a look in, but Spinks is so far away. If they do want to go for this, it hinges on Torshi getting something done out from heaven. The round is so far gone. And so it will just be this save call. Spirit, contact, B play, change of pace. MOUZ were not ready for it.
Yeah, keeping it simple. Nice enough for Spirit to just get a break into this game. 4 or 5 rounds, absolutely enough on this T side. And nice to see Donk not just fed to the wolves. Way running in with a MAC-10, gets the entry. Donk set up for trade, and he goes on to find both B players past that point. So Donk used well, and Team Spirit do enough on this T half. One more chance to sweeten the deal. And look how unprepared MOUZ are for that play. They've not seen anything like it this game. It's been very slow rounds for Spirit on the last 2 halves of the T sides. MOUZ reminded that they can at any time. What a gamble in this one though. 4A, Jimmy solo, retake B. They look to fight in middle.
Feels like up until now, Spirit have still been playing a couple of rounds behind, right? Used to getting this space for free out on A, but that just hasn't been the case since those initial rounds for Team Spirit. I was always trying to come through with an opening move, and finally, one of them won't pan out. Still, Exertion keeps things even, and they weren't ready for a second player. Brolin putting in a very solid shift right now for MOUZ. Keeps them in the advantage. They get past connector. This is Exertion's domain.
Ow.
Damage put down range, softens up to near, and that nade will find him.
Brutal.
Bit of trigonometry for Exertion. Can Chopper and Donk wrestle this round back? 2 versus 3, thanks to that opener for Chopper.
Chopper always willing to give time to Donk. Able to pull out after that kill of the B bomb site. Let Donk get in position to try and sandwich Exertion, but Torshi quick to the shot. Chopper, chop into this B site. They're not going to let him in. 3 players of MOUZ side by side, but Chopper finds a kill. 30 seconds as he pulls back again. There's nowhere to go but B.
As far as Chopper's concerned, no, Exertion on the reposition just gets there in time, and now a strong position at that. Exertion secures a strong finish to this CT side from MOUZ. They now sit just rounds away from the playoffs and finally beating an opponent that's got the better of them 3 times over. 5 rounds separate MOUZ from the playoffs at Torshi's home major. To do so, they've got to take down Team Spirit. It might have been a strong start from Spirit at the top of this series. Absolute domination on Mirage, make no mistake about it. MOUZ have gone on to bounce back tenfold. They had a great showing on Train, able to close that out and stop the Team Spirit comeback, and now Overpass stands to be an even bigger decisive win for MOUZ.
Can you imagine MOUZ winning this series after watching that first map? Pure domination from Spirit at the start of this series. Chopper life gaming, donk near acing, and now Spirit missing.
And it's one of the things that always disappeared for MOUZ in these high pressure moments. That resilience that would get them through so many games would leave them the moment the pressure cranked up.
Well, it's a combination of a group and a playoff. Crowd advantage for once. MOUZ with it all to play for in this pistol. Smoke into the B bomb site, in they go. They miss Heaven Smoke.
Will that come back to punish? Or can they get it done on the back of some clean entries? Shiro, Tanier don't seem to think so. Now they learn about that missed Heaven Smoke, and this gives them a moment of pause, but they play through, they play forward, looking for more. It's Brolin at the front of the pack. In comes Donk and his terrifying dual Berettas to lay down the law. Spirit have got more fight in them. CT pistol round picked up. The thing about this Dragon, it's incredibly hard to kill.
Yeah, you're going to need more than pistols to do it, that's for sure. While Zaiwu may have the fastest dualies in the game, Donk has the most accurate at range. Just spamming. Never safe against this guy in a pistol round. He has been delivering in almost all of them in this series today. So Spirit on CT's side, and you can see Torshi stressed because he knows how much that first round means to him.
It would have made this game very, very easy, right? It would have rolled out the red carpet for you.
Even then, I mean, 4 rounds on T-side Overpass is absolutely fine, especially at this level. Throw on a pistol and maybe throw on an ace, because Donk, he's got a bone to pick with Magis.
He said this was his goal coming into today. Coming into this major as he looks for the record, and now they've got the spot.
Let him
they
have
know
it.
where he is. Donk's moving in. This would leave him 1 ace away from Magic's record. And so Torshi's whole goal is don't give it to him. Everyone else from Spirit is knives pulled. They really want Donk to break another record. And I mean, this is going to build some camaraderie for Spirit. Look at them go. They're letting Torshi even get these kills. Donk is closing in, and Tanier finally takes it away.
Look, it's better than deaths, I guess. There is a lot on the line here today. But there are also achievements to get. Respect on the runaway there.
I mean, that's like the embodiment of, you know, you're not doing it for any other reason other than to ruin Donk's day. Refuse to let him get that ace.
Incredible. Certainly a nice try. But there is still a playoff to progress to. Spirit can't afford to lose the guns. First rifle round comes out here for MOUZ.
I think while both teams are down to laugh about a round like the last one, that's actually like an important morale booster for Team Spirit, who have looked a little tilted, right? That was Hallie's kind of worry coming into a third map. But when all your teammates are knives out trying to give you the ace,
I've never seen anything like
that will give you, you know, a great deal. It kind of brings the camaraderie back into the game. And actually, I wonder if that could prove really, really threatening in the long run. Let's see.
Oh, Shadow.
Donk, Shadow advantage, only going to get out with 1. Shiro steals himself away, doesn't want to play this too early now. There is this long wrap for Spinks coming in on a lurk. When Spinks is alive, you're always looking over your shoulder. If Chopper's able to hold the line, nope, never mind, there's Spinks. Jimmy finds another and looks to close in. Chopper brushed aside. It's way backstab. Nets the first onto Torshi. A moment to breathe and get set up in this post plant. You've got to play it well with Jimmy at low health. Spinks is the only guy really, truly locked in for this fight.
He could stick it if he knew.
Swing open long, he might have just missed that info. Spinks went for it. Jimmy sees him on the cross. That tap on the bomb Anxiety starts to creep in for MOUZ, but Jimmy's confirmed it. No defuse being held. Sweat on the swing is locked out. And so taking the first when you bring out the rifles is a huge step in the right direction. Spirit are just a round away from getting reset, and this late in the game, that could mean everything for MOUZ.
Huge entries for Jimmy. Akin to what Zwei was doing early at the start of the T side. But off the back of a winning half, those 5 rounds turned to 4. One more step in the right direction here for MOUZ. And one more will break Spirit's money. That all but tees MOUZ up for the match. So this is the most important round of the game yet. Morale might be high, but stakes are higher. No AWP for Shiro, even limited util for Spirit. They got to make do with what they got. Torshi top performer, but the other day when he was against Paravision on this map, he came in cold to that CT side. That being said, he recovered so well on the T side of Overpass. Not exactly a paradise for AWPers as much as that first half. But Torshi can do it on the offense as well.
Bit of aggression here, but this is Donk putting his head out there, a chance to find him early. He's got teammates backing him up, and Donk wants to stop this one before it becomes a problem.
No way.
He can't quite deal with exertion. Will he even survive the cross? Torshi's got his number.
That'll do.
And so MOUZ get out with that double from long. It comes at a cost of 3-on-3. 2 players down at the B site, and Shiro's still floating around in the bathrooms. That happens so early, you're not quite sure of the setup here. You don't know where Spirit have laid their hat.
Yeah, this is still a dream situation for MOUZ, right? To get 2 players out of the round this early. You can play with Spirit here. You can make them gamble. You can make them doubt. Shiro's 5-11. It's not exactly been a barrier here for MOUZ. They're going to walk into B either way. So into the better setup of 2.
Winning this round means that Shiro might never get to see an AWP on this CT side. It puts you on a fast track to a win. And so there's Chopper practically handing it to them on a platter with that smoke walkout towards short. You're looking at Tania now, who's called for rotations. Shiro gets here in time, and Torshi brought down low. The home crowd favorite shut down in the clutch attempt. And Spirit lived to tell the tale. Gap continues to close.
Getting so scrappy down the stretch. This has been a long series between these 2 top squads. Seeing audacious moves being made, missed aim. And still Spirit fight on from another disadvantage, trying to draw this game back like they did trade. Their economy survives. MOUZ's does not.
Pretty passive here from Team Spirit, knowing that they're likely not up against much. Only way this gets weird, really, is if these deagles, these pistols, able to secure an opening and you can just flood the site. But if it's left as strung out engagements coming in from the long side, you're not in the position to win this. Not supposed to either. And with Chopper securing that double, this is an eco round that's quickly cleaned up by Team Spirit.
Now we have almost an even game with Spirit on the CT side of Overpass. Who is the favorite now?
Yeah, the thing that feels the roughest is you lose that window of opportunity, right? You lose that chance to reset that you got from winning the first rifle round. Spirit, if they keep 5 alive here, they make a hearty improvement to these bank accounts, and that starts to give them staying power. That means the rest of this game is a grind for MOUZ from here on out. If you're gonna win this series, you're gonna have to earn it in the rifle rounds. And that's a hard thing to do, T side of Overpass. Timeout called in. Couldn't think of a better time for it. Cyclone hops on the mic. I have no doubt he's been very impressed with how the guys have played in this series, the resilience they've shown, but he's asking for even more if they are to make this final push into the playoffs.
series that MOUZ used to have in the bag. 3 times over this side of the year. Spirit might be once again sending a message to MOUZ with a late game comeback on this CT side. Explosive for Spinks, the flash lands, right chop of it. Spinks gets stuck, he can't swing round, and donk shoots him in the back from Connector. Can he escape? Question posed, answers yes. Donk, dancing with death, gets back to this bomb site. Torshi can't do a thing about it. Short control still taken. Spirit, headshots galore. 3 kills deep into this round. Make it 4.
Zwei knocking out Brolin, and this one is over in seconds. Whatever MOUZ had planned on the back of that timeout, long since forgotten. Lost to the history books. They never get to run it. Picked apart by donk and Zwei. And Zwei's work is not done in this round. He plays it forward, wanting to make it very expensive, very costly. Looking for a late in the day recovery, our team Spirit.
This hunt matters as well, because 5 alive last round, they didn't have an AWP as a result. Well, they can just pick one up for free if they want.
Torshi even makes a step, a slight overswing, and he's a dead man. Coming around the corner, Torshi will get rid of Zwei, and to the AWP, living to fight another day. He'll get out of there with it, but that is all MOUZ will have going forward.
Yeah, you wonder if Shiro even buys an AWP here. I'd expect he would, but it's also into low economy. So maybe tempting to just keep rifles going at this point.
Especially if, you win this next round up against what is mostly Glocks, you could go and get Torshi's AWP.
Yeah, so
and that's going to hamstring him moving forward, right? There's a world now where this AWP becomes a kind of distant prospect for the remainder of the game if MOUZ falls short in this next round.
Shiro decides AK will do him well. They drop it over, and I actually like this decision for Spirit to lean away from it for the time being. Like you said, get it for free. And don't get rushed on pistols. Torshi goes back for this boost to look up into heaven.
I mean, it's now more than ever. You're going to need Torshi to stand and deliver. The pressure he must be under is tremendous here, right? Seen already for a number of players, it feels incredibly personal, and as a result, you're incredibly invested when playing in front of the home crowd. You want to do right by them, but now he's got to do right by his team as well. He's the only guy with anything to work with in this round.
Family, friends, and country watching on. Team by his side, and the only weapon in the round as Spirit step closer and closer to that victory. What is Torshi meant to do against this setup, though? No one peeking on the bomb site, playing tucked in, double truck.
The problem, it's a bit of a poison chalice, really, because sure, you're the guy feeling all the pressure, but also if you want this AWP, as we say, going forward, you can never be too invested.
Okay.
Look for an opening as Brolin sells a fake in towards lower. He's drawn a lot of rotates. Donk, though, is the man to get past, and he's gotten that spot on guys back in the toilets.
Jump spot could be deadly.
Brolin still down here in B, plays ahead of this smoke, but with him it's snuffed out. The bomb now coming back along with the rest of MOUZ. They've lost their captain. They go into this lower hold 4 strong as donk makes his way down here as well. Spirit staying 1 step ahead. And it's looking like a clean mop-up, a clean shutdown. Torshi's got to try and save this AWP once more, but it gets knocked out of play, and that is gone going forward.
And they grab it as well. Zwei with an absolute stinger shot on that B bomb site. He had 5 kills at half. He's doubled that already in these few rounds. Finds himself the AWP and a 3K hold on this B bomb site. It's against pistols, but it is still of the utmost importance as Spirit continue to put on clean rounds on this CT side. It's 3 flawless rounds in the half for Spirit. A free AWP, and MOUZ without that luxury. See that connector boost in heaven from the AWP as well. As MOUZ may be feeling the desperation to go for this B pop. It did break Spirit into their T side late, but let's see how it does for MOUZ.
Donk's at least not here. He's alone over on A, so they're going into the 4-man stack.
Ouch.
Hell of an opener for Spinks. It's quickly cancelled by that Shiro Orb, the one that was gifted over by Torshi. In comes Exertion. Charging forward,
blind.
flashes leave, everyone blind. They've got 2 players trapped down here right now, and they want to clean them up before Donk is even a problem, before he's even in the picture. MOUZ break through. A tie game secured. A must-win round goes their way.
Even with the orb in the right place, as Exertion 3-kill entry, burning alive. MOUZ licking their lips at the prospect of that B hit. And it absolutely catches Spirit by surprise, the same that was done to them. Final timeout called by Cyclone, as they have to capitalize on this. It can't be a flash in the pan for MOUZ. They need a streak, and they need it now if they're going to win this match.
That's it, Cyclone hands off the wheel. He can no longer elect to get involved in these rounds anymore. That is the last time they're going to hear him unless Spirit call in pauses. Final bit of wisdom he gets to impart, and you also saw Halley using that time to his advantage, really trying to drill the rest of Spirit to focus in for these remaining rounds of play.
Just feels like that's a one trick. You can't run that back again. You can't spam those B hits. It's too predictable. So a Spirit start 4B with the orb bearing down from heaven. Donk alone at long. MOUZ take map control.
You can certainly try and make Spirit nervous down here towards B, though. Call this B hold into question. When you think about Train, that was something that MOUZ and Brolin did so well, right? Was make Spirit nervous about a bomb site. Have it in the back of their mind that this is a vulnerability, and so to lean into it a little stronger, siphon resources away from the other side of the map. But what awaits you on this top site should you choose to go there? It's Donk, who is back in form at 21-11, and Shiro on this AWP. You're going in to the star duo, the star power of Team Spirit.
Shiro Donk set alongside. That smoke is a problem. Shiro's going to take the risk.
Plays ahead of it, plays through. Torshi, I don't know if you'll expect this. Shiro out like a light, and that baits them forward into Donk. Bomb away from MOUZ. And Spirit in a very comfortable position. That was an all-in for MOUZ for the long control. And that aggressive move from Shiro, it set them down a path to ruin.
Donk has been waiting on long, round after round, for that play, and it finally comes through at the perfect time for Team Spirit. What more could you want from that long setup? Orb pick first, Donk double up, grabs an AK, and secures the round. That's 11-10. MOUZ have to buy. They can afford to. But then that is it. (8-4) no more. Team Spirit take the lead.
They cobbled together another buy, but it's quickly becoming a dying effort for MOUZ, right? They were able to break through last time. That felt like the huge sigh of relief. That was really where things had to change. Now you're asking to go do it twice on these low econ rounds. Everything about this game riding on success right here, right now. If they don't do it, you reach that conclusion that's been building for some time, and that's the spirit of the squad looking for those playoffs. And going to do it right at the 11th hour as well, right? MOUZ could almost taste the victory here. They were so close to it, only to have it snatched away late in the day on a comeback from Spirit on this CT side of Overpass.
Feels like you have to hit B, right? You've had 2 round wins and a half. One was an early A execute where Jimmy found the double entry behind the site, and then that B rush for MOUZ. So they're going to go back to it a little slower from the short side instead. The nades land for Spirit. MOUZ at the gates. Will Spirit be the initiators? The flash goes high.
Oh, and they play ahead of the exec. Spinks with an important trade, and that might be the go button pressed. You get out with a kill to open. Rotate start to arrive for Spirit. They get here quickly. Chopper holds the line from the heavens. MOUZ will get in. They will have a bomb plant, but they've got to try and complete this a man down. They still have Tanir in the sight, stuck in this close corner, able to play on whatever timing he wants. He's letting the rest of his team get set up right now. That util meant to harass, meant to make life awkward, and the smoke certainly will. Spinks trying to play ahead of it is shut down, and now you look on. It's exertion or it's nothing. Missed shot from Shiro, but caught out in the open. Team Spirit, match and series point, a round away from robbery and moving in to the playoffs.
It would be a heartbreaking loss for MOUZ. It would be a new team entering the conversation of that major run. All eyes on Furia, Vitality, Falcons, but Spirit in form as well, looking for a 3-0 clean sweep through the Swiss stage over MOUZ on home soil, and some tenacity on this comeback against the team of Resilience. Teammates in that round, everyone plays their part. Team Spirit jumping at the chance to close this game out. 2 opportunities. Maps they haven't been playing. Shiro links up with Donk. One of Counter-Strike's deadliest duos. Side by side, with Chopper at the helm as MOUZ slow and steady walk into their round. Bomb goes back. Zershan and Brolin selling it on long.
It just feels impossible to not play with nerves in this situation. You were 5 rounds away on the half from making it into the playoffs, being the first team to do so. But now, it's Spirit with 2 opportunities. Set up again for this play in towards lower. Shiro catching exertion as he tries to get out of there. Now the rotates coming in down towards lower. MOUZ once more playing into a hastily assembled stack. They'll head through. So he flashed off. Tanir in at the barrels. Into this crossfire. Brolin, Jimmy do what they can. Torshi with one more, but has to contain, has to stop Donk in his tracks. It's all eyes on Torshi. And it's almost poetic that it would end with him down to this 1v1. Donk's got one chance to stop him, or MOUZ say, play on! Torshi keeps the dream alive for MOUZ. In front of his home crowd, the game continues.
So many clutches for Torshi of massive magnitude in this series. He started the streak on train, 9 straight T rounds off of his 1v2, and he keeps them on the stage today with another clutch against the world's best.
That's got to mean something. That's got to be for something. Torshi with that 1v2.
But it'd be so Spirit to still just rip it all away. Their most aggressive round yet in middle.
MOUZ ready for this. 3 players here ready to face them head on.
Decide against it. Change of tune.
Look, it's an unlikely candidate, right? The amount of stress that Torshi's under in that clutch, but pulling through for his team. Now they've got to do the same for him. If this is going to go to OT, boost up over on long. Brolin runs the risk of getting fed to the wolves here. Instead, it's Torshi. Dead after the heights of that clutch. Plucked out of the round by the Shiro Orb.
He wants it.
And Shiro's playing it forward. Shiro's hungry to end this here and now. Bomb lost on long. Exertion might be creeping in. He might feel like he has great timing, but a swing and a miss out of Exertion. And the task gets more insurmountable by the second.
That was your chance to get back in this round. Now space is getting taken by Spirit. MOUZ tethered together towards this B site into their grave.
Sway and Tanir both here to mop it up. And unless Spinks goes huge, this one's over. You'll be but just a round away from extending play. And the first dark mark against MOUZ on this attempt to get to playoffs comes through as Team Spirit lock in the playoffs in Budapest. The full 24 rounds needed, but these demons rise up and they beat back against the hometown heroes. MOUZ leave it feeling sunk, feeling flattened at the end of that one. It takes everything to try and claw it back into OT, but Spirit prove, as they always have,